doesn't want their child to succeed? Who doesn't want their child to become an athlete? I'm not talking about a pro athlete. I'm talking about a kid, an itty bitty, just after school, commit to a team, get out of harm's way, reduce the idle time. Make sure you're dedicated to something, right? Everyone wants that. And maybe we could luck up and the kid can find his way and get a college scholarship. A lot of parents have that thought. A lot of parents have that dream. Well, the AAU is selling that dream, but they're selling it at a cost. And Gilbert Arenas is telling you it's going to cost to be the boss. So we're going to take a deep dive into that topic of AAU, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and remind you that one thing you can't do in sports is out-train DNA. Wow. A lot of y'all getting caught up in the poker game of AAU. Okay? There's an old saying in sports, you can't out-train DNA. Basically, if you ain't talented enough to do this, be careful what you're doing because they'll come get you. They'll come play with you. Yep, they'll touch you. They'll take your money.
How do you feel about AAU sports, like travel sports and all of that? So Leo does a lot of travel sports. He plays baseball. He doesn't play basketball. But a lot of the times I reflect, especially with baseball, because it's so expensive. I wonder how parents with several kids are able to do this. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like it's gotten out of control? Because sometimes I'm like, wait, it's $3,000 to go to Cooperstown? Like it's expensive. So what are your thoughts on that? Like
you got to be papered up. Like this ain't for the ghetto no more. This ain't get it out of mud kids anymore. Like AAU is a business and you need money if you want your kid to be in the best position. And it's unfair because it's not affordable because it's not like we're playing these big games once a month. No, it's every weekend now, right? So you're talking about fees to get in, then parking every single day. So you're paying parking on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not like you get a free pass and then you got to pay to get into the event. Then these little niggas they play at 10, then they got a game at 5, so now they want to eat now. Like you know what I mean? So you're spending $400 or $500 on a weekend, and the average parent can't pay for this. So what ends up happening is if your child is trying to get to that next level, then you're forced to do it because it's the only way. You're playing at all these elite games and tournaments. Then you have to get a trainer to do training in the off days, right? So depending on what your genes are, and this is where as parents, look at your genetics and see if you really have a shot. Right? If you two are 5'5" and your son talking about it being NBA, let it go. Right? You don't need to invest as much money into this career that's not going to happen because that is not a thing. Now, if you're the father's 6'5" and you all of as a woman 5'9" to 6'1", now the child now is your investment because the genetics is going to say he's going to be at a certain site with your genes and his genes. You're going to have a very athletic child and a very tall child. So now investing in him is actually important.
Blah, blah, blah. Love Gil. Love that he made up a new word too. He said sight, size and height. Sight. I like it. He ain't lying. He ain't lying in that respect because we all grew up, you go down to Boys and Girls Club and play ball, YMCA and play ball, rec league at the park, play ball. Then that AAU stuff. AAU when I was growing up was whack. Right? I ran track and they had 2 circuits. AAU, whack, and TAC, the Athletic Congress. I don't even know if it's around still, but that was the big dog. Point is, it's an organization. And what they do is they really rely on not just talent and opportunities and show you the elite kids out there. More importantly, they play off of parent guilt, just like private schools. So it all starts at the top. It starts with the NBA. It starts with Ivy League schools. Private schools will need the Ivy League schools to validate what they're charging you in tuition, and this is how they do it. We've admitted 5 people from Harvard to Harvard from Harvard Westlake. Sierra Canyon has 5 as well, right? And then next thing you know, they could go out there and say, we're one of the top high schools in the country. Look how many Ivy League acceptances we have. And then next thing you're like, and it's $40,000. Now you thinking, I want my kid not just to go to Ivy League maybe, but more importantly, I want them to go to the best school. Well, if you can't afford it, or if you can get some need-based financial aid, any way you can, get up on that campus and get on that train. Now in sports, same thing, NBA, NFL, etc. Oh, our youth development, our flag football, our NBA league and development for child cares and all those things you see. And this is not even them saying we want it. We know we gonna get it. It's just we gonna endorse. Now once we endorse this path, you know, the Nike, EYBL and all that, when you see all that, you see them big dogs endorsing that little stuff, only the strong gonna survive. Simple as that. I was watching the Jordan Classic just yesterday. Mount Verde and all them prep schools and great schools and these elite teams they put together. They in New York, balling. Christmas break. It's a road, man. It's a road because, you know, you got to take your kid out of school sometimes on a Thursday, Friday. I hear parents all the time traveling here and there. It's an investment. And it is big business now. And it's unfortunate. And he said something else. And it's unfortunate really because the inner city suffers. The underserved, the underprivileged, the poor, the broke, whatever you want to call it. People like me growing up, we struggled. Now, I was good enough early enough where I think I would have got adopted. You know, I got recruited back then, so I know I would got adopted. Somebody be like, oh, we got you, big dog, we got you. But the point is, what if it ain't? So there was one moment of clarity for me on this whole topic. I was about to cry in the backyard. Y'all know me. And I was watching my son. And at the time, I think he was 8. And he's just playing ball, doing whatever kids do. And I was looking, I was like, damn, I wonder at him at 8. Like, I just wanted this virtual reality. Like, it was I his height at 8? Was I his weight? And I was guessing, but, you know, you probably missed. I was like, I was 85 pounds. Oh, no, you were 70. Oh, well, you know, the facts get out the way of this good story I'm telling myself. I'm like, at 8, was he taller? Was he faster? Was he bigger? Was he stronger? Like, I wish I could really, like, literally, virtually see that in a video game. Like, you got me here, I got you there. Is he smarter? Who, you know, who's more curious? Who's more into boys as they homies? Because I wasn't really like the cat that wanted to hang and kick it, right? Who's more into girls? And I wasn't that cat either. I was just like, I'm into these books and getting out this hood. Is he more into getting out somewhere? Is he more into getting into something? You know, like, I just wanted to know. And I remember sitting there, I was like, damn. And he had a trainer. And I was like, dog. I said, he got me. I said, maybe all things are equal. Maybe I got him. Maybe he got me. But I ain't had that guy right there. I ain't had these resources around me. I ain't have all these nice fancy things around me, gyms and people I know. Everybody I know Gilbert. So look, I'm talking, hey, my son want to play basketball. And I'm literally like, if it were me growing up, I was like, Mama, I want to play basketball. Who's she calling? Who's she texting? We ain't have text. Nobody. Me, I'm like, Gilbert, one time, this is real. Baron Davis comes over and we hanging, and he have a game of 21 against my son. They playing horse and all that. I'm like, so that's the point. The point is, like, inner city now, like, how often is Baron Davis second generation? So he made his money. He moves out, way out where they can invest in their kids, and then their kids can go. Gilbert's son is a beast right at SC right now. So they all doing that. And you can't just have randomness like that in your backyard. My son plays football. T.O. comes over. He throwing the ball with him. This is not bragging. This is how the game is. Dog, that's extra credit. I ain't had no extra credit like that. Wasn't no class to take. I was like, God dang. So I was like, I came to the summation. I was like, he got me. He got to have me. And I'm a 4 or 5 touchdown kid every single weekend back in 1983, 84, 85. And I'm like, he got me. Because who was I? First NFL player I ever met was Gaston Green, sorry. At an NFL UCLA camp. And I was in high school. And look, it wasn't my backyard, and everybody got the same handshake, but I just told them, oh man, nice meeting you. I love you. You went to UCLA and all that. That's it. That's all I had. Different game, y'all. Different game. So, you know, be smart. Be smart. This is not to say that, you know, and look, who cares? Like Columbia told me when they recruited me, we only have 3 Ivy League NFL players, but we have 6 owners. So stop, like parents, stop putting that pressure on these kids to be athletes only. I don't like that. They're going to be all of things. And there are greater things than even being an athlete if you can get to them. as you know how the game goes. So, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But before we flow, boy, we check in on your blood flow, boy. Are you guys using VINIA? Oh, my God, what are you guys doing? Let's keep it real, family. Energy isn't about sugar or caffeine. Nah, none of that fake stuff. It's about blood flowing. When your circulation's strong, the oxygen, the nutrients, they hit your muscles, your brain and heart, and goes where it needs to go. What does that mean? More focus, more alert, and you are ready with more energy. So come on, go to VINIA.com/Marcellus. Use the discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Who's Marcellus? Me. You know your boy. 10-year NFL All-Pro baller. Had to go after it without VINIA, without this real product. Had to use that fake stuff, sugar and caffeine. Good thing is, it got me up there. Bad thing is, pow. Boy, would you crash sometimes in the middle of the game. So now, in the game of life, I have VINIA. You can too. So make sure you use VINIA in your daily routine. I don't care if you're a dad. I don't care if you're a coach or chauffeur like me. All the above. You need this to be more focused, more alert, and it helps you be on the go. So go to VINIA.com/Marcellus, Marcellus10 for the discount code, and you will get 10% off. That's VINIA.com/Marcellus. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I believe the purpose.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.